Hello everybody, I am the Sports Quiz 101, and today I will be giving my predictions for this year's NFL playoffs. Now first I will be looking at these chronologically, so starting with Colts Bills, then we would go to Rams Seahawks, then Bucks Washington, and so on and so forth. When we get to the divisional round and the championship round, I'll do all the AFC games, and then all the NFC games. So, without further ado, let's begin with Colts and Bills. Now, with the Bills, I think there's two questions you have to ask with the opponents the Bills are playing. Number one, can their offense keep up with Buffalo? Number two, can their defense slow down the Bills? The Colts, I think, have the defense to slow down the Bills, but I don't trust their offense enough for them to keep up with Buffalo. I like the Bills here in their first home playoff game since the 90s. Over in the NFC, we have the Rams and the Seahawks going in Seattle. Look, I just never go against the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm picking Seattle here. And this may be even tougher for the Rams depending on if Jared Goff plays. Next game up is Bucks at Washington. I think this will be a close defensive battle. I think Tampa Bay, specifically Tom Brady, struggles when pressure is given to him. If there's one thing the Washington defense does well, it's create pressure. And how about Washington offensively? Well, they want to go with the short yardage game, run the ball, throw it short, etc., etc. Tampa Bay is one of the best at stopping those kinds of plays. So I think it's a close defensive battle. I think Tampa Bay wins. I'm going to go with the quarterback I trust more in a 2-minute drill situation. That's Tom Brady. I'm going to trust him more than I will Alex Smith. Back in the AFC, we have Ravens and Titans. It's the rematch of last year's divisional round, where the Titans went to Baltimore and upset the Ravens. I'm going to stick with what I said in the preseason, and that is I am not picking Lamar Jackson to win another playoff game until, he wins a playoff game. So I'm going to pick the Titans here. It helps that the Titans are one of the few that have consistently found a way to at least slow down Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. It's them, the Steelers, and the Chiefs that have found a way consistently to do so. I don't like this matchup for Baltimore. Give me the Titans. Then we have the Bears and the Saints. Now, this matchup is interesting for no other reason than because this game is going to happen on Nick, with the telecast simultaneously happening on CBS. Now, the Saints in past years have struggled in the playoffs. As you can remember, last year they lost to the Minnesota Vikings in the Superdome. The year before that, they got upset again. They've been having tough luck in the playoffs, is what I'm trying to say. And I fear it might continue here because I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with the Bears. I just don't trust that New Orleans offense enough to pick them in this matchup. Give me the Bears. Browns and Steelers. I just think Pittsburgh is on another level than Cleveland. You cannot convince me that Cleveland can keep this competitive. I mean, look at their Week 17 game, and then look at this game. There's going to be two big differences. Number one, the Week 17 game happened in Cleveland. This game would happen in Pittsburgh. Number two, Pittsburgh is going to go all out and try to win this game by playing their starters. The Steelers benched a bunch of their stars in the Week 17 game. And that Week 17 game, it almost went to overtime. The Browns were that close to maybe not even making the playoffs. But I think this playoff run ends here. I'll pick the Steelers. Over in the divisional round now. Speaking of those Steelers, they will travel to Buffalo. Now, same two questions I asked with the Colts game. Can the Steelers offense keep up? Can the Steelers defense slow down the Bills passing attack? I do believe the Steelers can slow down the Bills passing attack. But, again, I don't think the Steelers offense can keep up in a shootout with the Bills. In fact, I think I trust the Colts offense in a situation like this more than I do the Steelers offense. Give me the Bills. In that one, they go to the AFC title game. Titans-Chiefs, a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. Some people might be inclined to pick the Titans here based on the fact that the Chiefs have been somewhat weak against the run compared to the Titans, whose biggest strength is the run game. But the Chiefs are actually more of a below-average team. They're ranked 21st, which, not good, but it's not definitely attackable weakness bad. Besides, the Chiefs have been defending against the run better as of late. In fact, take a look at the last game they played against a top 10 rushing attack, which was Week 15 in New Orleans, where they held the entire Saints rushing attack to 60 yards and a touchdown. Not just Alvin Kamara, the entire Saints rushing attack. Plus, the Titans have quite possibly the worst defense in the playoffs. They definitely have the worst defense in the AFC, maybe even the entire playoffs. I think Patrick Mahomes will be looking at his chops, looking to just destroy this Titan defense. I like the Chiefs here at home. Alright, Bucks and Seahawks. Again, don't bet against the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm going to take the Seahawks to go to the NFC Championship game. Bears-Packers. This is a similar situation to Browns and Steelers. One difference, the Bears never proved that they can be competitive with the Packers. Give me Green Bay to win that game. Alright, NFC title game coming up. Sorry, we'll start in the AFC. AFC title game. Bills at Steelers. Bills at Chiefs. Rematch of Week 6. Where the Chiefs went to Buffalo and won on a cold and rainy night by 9. Here, again, let's ask those two questions. Can the Chiefs keep up? Can the Chiefs slow down the Bills' passing attack? The answer to your first question, definitely. The Chiefs have the most explosive offense in the NFL today. But can they slow them down? I think they can. I think the Chiefs win this game. Now, you may be wondering, why do I think the Chiefs' pass defense can do it? Well, here's something we can look at Week 6. The Chiefs were able to slow down Josh Allen in that game as he threw for 122 yards in that contest. Not just the first half, the entire contest. And you might be inclined to say, oh, maybe that was more on the rain and wind. And it was more of a fluke by the Kansas City defense. But the truth is, the Chiefs' pass defense has been quietly one of the better pass defenses in the entire league. Would I put them ahead of a defense like Pittsburgh? No. But they can still hold their own against a passing attack like the Bills. So I like the Chiefs here to win. They go to their second straight Super Bowl, thanks to them hosting their third straight AFC title game. NFC title game, Seahawks and Packers. If memory serves correctly, these two met in the divisional round, and that was a game that the Packers won. So move on to the NFC title game. Here, I'm going to go Green Bay. The Seahawks just aren't built to attack the Green Bay Packers. To beat the Packers, one thing extraordinarily helpful would be to have a strong rushing attack. The Seahawks aren't built like that. The Seahawks are not built to run the football. They're more built around Russell Wilson. Plus, throw in the fact that this game is in Lambeau, and I like the Packers to win this game, setting up a Super Bowl matchup, pitting quite possibly the top two quarterbacks talent-wise today, maybe even ever. And this would be a rematch of Super Bowl I. Also a rematch of last year when these two met in Kansas City. Chiefs lost by 7 in that game, but Mahomes had to sit out due to an injury. Hopefully we can get the Mahomes-Rodgers matchup here. So who wins between the Chiefs and the Packers? My gut feeling tells me the Chiefs win this game. I mean, you look at what the Chiefs have done in the past couple of months. Sure, they might not have looked impressive, so to speak, but they have proven that they know how to hold on and win a game. And their defense has proven that when they absolutely need to, they can get a stop. In fact, at times it seems like it's easier for offenses to score on the Chiefs when they're down 3 touchdowns than when they're down by 6 or so. I don't quite have that same trust in the Packers defense, and I think this allows the Chiefs to win their second straight Super Bowl. And so there you have it. That is the bracket I am going with for the NFL playoffs this year. Go ahead and tell me how I'm wrong in the comments below. But if you did like this video, please like and subscribe. I am the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all